It's Johnny, and I got a quick question from my TikTok followers. Have you noticed how you can see now that I'm kind of posting this Cincinnati and how this man was lucky, him and his wife were lucky to get out of that, but they got to walk away. You change those colors around and it's a completely different dynamic. But have you noticed how TikTok will show the videos? I'm watching now, there's some people on a beach getting jumped because of their color of their skin. And it's showing the groups of people. TikTok will show that. Why does TikTok show those videos and not mine where I'm just sitting here talking to you? TikTok will ban my account and call me misinformation, authenticity and integrity, hate speech and violence. Just from sitting here talking about what I see on their platform. They will show everything that is at the demise of America. They want the world to see how bad America is. They want Americans to see how shitty your country is. Do you know who your country is? 250 years ago, John Hancock, my favorite president, signed the Declaration of Independence, declaring our independence. We're going to have a country of our own where all men are created equal. It's never been done. They don't know how the fuck they're going to do it. It's never been done. In a world of slavery, the United States stood strong. These men stood against the people that control your media today. Your radio, your commercials, your pharmaceuticals, your compounding interest. Everything, your court systems, your attorneys, the laws. Are we a nation of laws? No, sirree, Bob, we're a nation of rights. And these people stood up to them. And we were going to have a country of our own. And now it's the demise of a nation. The Civil War they allowed. We filed bankruptcy. Our country filed bankruptcy. Abraham Lincoln let them in. And there's the Fed. Who does the United States owe trillions of dollars to? Who we borrowing money from? Who do we owe? We protect the world. Or maybe they just teach us bullshit. Maybe we don't do nothing in the world. Maybe we're not the strongest. Maybe it's not the land of the free where nothing's free. Maybe your vote is free and fair. Maybe your court systems are just. You know, TikTok is showing every video, cheap shots, everything race, just to try to get it to they want the demise of the nation, and you're following in. You're falling right in. Black Americans can't get right. Not all of them, 20% raising families, doing what they're supposed to. There's some good men out there, but hey, Black Americans can't stand Black Americans doing well for themselves. They hate it more than they hate white people. White people, they blame it all. You know why Black Americans blame everything on white Americans? Because they don't know their history. Oh, we just came over on a slave ship. And who owns the slave ships? Who owns the capture? Who owns the sales? Who owns the slaves? And then they sell. Who owns the plantation? Who financed every aspect of all that? Same people that control your rap labels that you say is your cultural music. They want you they want your youth. Every rapper is trying to out-rap the next guy. They're trying to look worse than the guy in front of them. And the worse you can look, the more these Jewish people will be like, hey, put him on TV. Let his youth see him. That's what they're doing to us. Let the world see how bad the United States is. Let the world, nobody come to their aid. Nobody help the United States. We've bombed everybody. Under whose authority? Do you know what the Washington, D.C.'s flag looks like? It's a white flag with 3 blue stars. Do you know what the 3 blue stars are? The people pulling the strings. We're puppets in the United States, and we fight amongst ourselves. It's because of this sheep feed they throw out here. But there's There's a group of Americans, black Americans, that just can't get right. They can't, they don't look to the future. They're preyed upon by the court systems. All the laws, they just can't function. I don't know what it is. I don't know why Asian Americans are doing it so well. I don't know why India Americans are doing so well. Native Americans are having a hard time too, but at least the corruption in their tribes and the hierarchies of their councils, they fraud everybody just like our government frauds us. They picked right up. The money doesn't dwindle. If we're the richest, most powerful country in the world that we own, why do we live the way we do? Why are we putting up with this? Everybody that jumped on them people in Cincinnati should be arrested. Arrested without bail. Hold on a minute. You just sit there. Just sit there until we get through a trial. What did the Cincinnati people do to deserve that? What could they possibly have done? Well, maybe they said the N-word. Maybe he touched somebody and you can't touch me. So the whole crowd skull stomps his ass. You think that's entitlement. That's privilege. That's fatigue. And that's why you see it on TikTok. And you don't see my stuff because I talk about the fatigue. People are fucking sick of this. Black Americans are sick of this. Everybody is tired of living in this. Trump just made $200 billion in Doge, right? They found $200 billion. How much do the Americans get? $100 billion in tariffs. How much do the Americans get? Let's see what he's going to give us. And the next guy behind him, let's see what he can add. American lives need to change. America needs to change. How come there's not fruit trees next to every highway? How come there's not there's only two sins that I've ever seen. I'm not a Christian, but I'm blessed to live in a Christian society. There's only two sins I see. Thirst and hunger. We've got all these empty buildings, and the homeless are piled up where? On your streets. You know why the cops leave them alone? Because how can a homeless pay? Cops are officers of the courts, and the courts are corrupt. They're not judges. They're administrators. They're employees appointed to oversee profits. You can't keep arresting people that have no money. You know who wins in drugs in your community? Does the addict win? Does the drug user win? No, they age at like 29 times the rate. They lose their teeth. Do their families? No, we all know that cancer, lies, deceit, theft. Communities, your schools, your businesses. Who wins? The courts. Everybody, they got them Social Security numbers. They got them bonds. The court systems are sitting fat. And all these drug addicts are in your community stealing, creating havoc, which creates the need for more laws and enforcement. See? These people are feeding off of chaos. Child custody. That is the man's seed. They'll put the child with the woman. And she's like, I don't know. She's bouncing around all these relationships. She never knows what she's doing. Every decision is based on emotion. Every decision a woman makes is based in emotion. And she takes these kids on her hips and she just bounces through relationships and all these men, and it creates opportunities for chaos. And it always happens. And these children's lives are, but don't worry, the court systems will be there. We deserve better, man. We deserve a lot better. That's why they block misinformation, authenticity, and integrity. But they will show the violence that judges our great nation, our great people. And we've got to fix Black America. We have to. Much love.